I just want to stress on the things that we are going through in our economy and across the world. So, if you look at it, we are in a cusp of Industrial Revolution 4.0, where things are changing drastically. And what is driving this change? This change is driven through technology. This has never happened this before. Any industrial revolution that you see in the past, technology has not played that big a role. But now today, if you see, this revolution that we are all experiencing today is primarily driven through technology. And as Shantanu mentioned, that these are disruptive technologies. They are bringing in new models and new way of working so that who benefits? It's people like us, people like organizations and people, end user, your consumers and producers all benefit out of it. Blockchain is one of the most disruptive technologies that we are witnessing today, and I feel I'm fortunate enough to be part of this revolution as we speak. Not many people would be so fortunate about it. When internet was launched, what would have done differently, if we look in hindsight today, would have been completely different than what we actually did at that era. Maybe I opened my email account in 99 when the internet was launched in 95. I would have done something really different if I think in hindsight today. And that's where blockchain is today. We would definitely miss if we don't think about blockchain today in future. So this is a time when we need to think about blockchain. This is a time when we need to implement blockchain, and because of the kind of benefit it brings to people. Now, blockchain is disruptive because not only to me or as an individual, but to industries and domains. Let me give you an example. Music industry was a flourishing business in the 80s and 90s. There were big distribution marketing companies which were doing just music distribution and nothing else. So if somebody had to compose music, they had to go to this particular distribution agency and sign a contract, even before they can market even a single CD in the market. And let me give you an example. Ask you yourself, how many people sitting here actually bought a CD in last 1 year? Has anybody here actually bought a CD in last 1 year to hear a music? I'm sure no one has bought a CD. Maybe for last couple of years, nobody might have bought a CD. Why is it so? Because in the 90s, there was a launch of a new company called Napster. You might have heard about it. And when Napster launched, it really changed the way music industry worked at that point of time, where there was a central distribution and marketing company bringing composers and consumers together. Now those kind of companies don't exist. Those companies don't exist because Napster brought a real peer-to-peer protocol through which you can share music directly with your peers. You don't need an intermediary. You don't need somebody in between who earns a big fat money to make sure that the exchange can happen of music between two people. Peer-to-peer network makes sure that you can exchange your information, exchange your digital assets with somebody whom you trust. And that's what blockchain is all about. Let me give you another example. You, while leaving your home for office today, you took an apple from home and went to your office. And you thought of going to a supermarket, taking that apple. While coming out of the supermarket, when you open your bag, the guy on the teller sees your apple inside your bag. What does he think about it? He might think that you might have taken this apple from the superstore. What I'm trying to bring to the table here is that identity is important. The proof of ownership, the protection of ownership of an asset is important. And till the time somebody can vouch for that ownership, can protect that ownership, it is very difficult to prove that this asset belongs to you. And blockchain helps you do that. Look at the example that we see today in our banking. We have a big event we saw in the last couple of weeks with PNG, Punjab National Bank. What happened there? We could have completely avoided that entire sequence of things had all transactions been stored on a thing like a blockchain, on a technology like a blockchain. Have all transactions been converted, all assets been converted into digital assets and stored on a blockchain in a ledger which is maintained by blockchain. We could have created a complete integration, all of these software components and agencies, whether government or private sector, and make them work in a workflow. Had these things been implemented, have been thought about, I don't think we could have had a situation like Punjab National Bank. So blockchain has a far-reaching effect. It's not only FinTech. Though we launched a program on FinTech and blockchain has a far-reaching effect across domains and industries. I gave you a couple of examples. I can give you multiple examples. I'm writing a couple of books on them. So it's all about how industry perceives this. And since we are launching a program on blockchain and FinTech, where all the industry leaders are participating, they're participating for a reason. And the reason is that they know that this is going to be the future. This is where people have to create their decentralized application so that there is trust and integrity among our data storage, protection of identity, and exchange of identity and transactions. Till the time we don't have these things in place, it is very difficult in future and to avoid frauds like that we saw in PNG. Furthermore, the launch of our program, the FinTech and blockchain, is in 4 different cities. We are doing it in 4 different cities to ensure that people can learn these technologies in the right way. There are a lot of information available across the globe, but there is no chronological order. There is no abridged version of such programs that can bring the right flavor to the students. This is a chance where students can get information about both FinTech as well as blockchain in a single platform. This has a far-reaching effect because this is going to bring about changes in the career and the way they actually progress in the career. We are going to have 2 months of FinTech and 2 months of blockchain. It will have both online as well as contact mode of imparting education. And we want to ensure that people are successful in their lives in future, and we're trying to make them future ready. Thank you very much.